Hello, I'm Moustache, and I'm hyped for Invincible Versus. This looks like the best Versus game since Multiversus. It's the Invincible fighting game, and I love Invincible. The developers and social media team for this game, they're pretty awesome guys. They do community livestream chats just to engage with the audience and player base. They even featured me in a community post. Today, I'm here to discuss and realistically visualize something that more and more gamers are striving for. DLC characters from other franchises. Trust me, I've been to nearly every one of these live streams. Someone's always asking for Spawn. Many people believe that this is acceptable just because Image Comics also produces Spawn, but the character is probably caught up in a Warner Brothers hell somewhere. Just a quick note that my video will assume that they nor any characters I'm about to mention have rights issues in that way. Moving on. I believe the best way to go is to add an Image Comics character DLC pack. It's something that they shouldn't worry about until the first DLC pack is out, of course, but as of this video, only Universa and Immortal are revealed. But after they add all of these popular, highly requested Invincible characters like Thrag and perhaps Dinosaurus, they should look to a broader horizon and add guest characters, as many fighting games do to hype people up. But my idea? Characters from, or characters from series produced by Image Comics only. So let me tell you my first pick. Savage Dragon. Now, I know I've already got most of you, like, what, who's this? Where's Spawn? I just think they should start with Savage Dragon. Meet Savage Dragon, creator Erik Larsen. It's a series published by Image, of course. The series has, well, multiple iterations. Some a bit strange or shady, but hey, I'd bet my brightest, whitest Savage Dragon posters that the Invincible Versus devs are down with it too. Savage Dragon is smoking hot. Also, he's a kind of police officer. He's definitely got to have some kind of grapple technique, or grapple move, as well as elbow drops, perhaps some kind of ranged attack with a firearm. He's a great pick, I think, to ready people for some even less well-known characters down the line. His reveal would come with another major justification. His gameplay would be revealed, but Spawn would be teased. Just like last time, they revealed 2 of the DLC fighters early, revealing their full identities, but they leave the remaining 3 fighters a mystery. Next up, Spawn. Spawn is finally added. Everyone can shut up now. He's an awesome character, but he's in Mortal Kombat already, so it's awkward that he's in another fighting game where you can do a finisher-style attack. He'll need something entirely new from what happens in Mortal Kombat for that. Perhaps a giant barrage of all of his guns and weapons. They emerge from the darkness of his capes. Obviously, he'd have chain attacks. His actual chains. Short and long range. Firearm, of course. He'd be pretty floaty, but fast. He's a highly requested character, and I highly doubt that will change, even very, very far into the game's lifespan, even at this point. They should add Spawn, and also they should be happy people want them to add Spawn. Now that the people are getting what they want, they need to keep the gravy train rolling with another highly requested fan favorite. Number 3, Tech Jacket. Will they save Tech Jacket for this actually? I'm not sure, but she got revealed as a girl, and I think that increases her chances of coming out for a character in this way, exponentially. And if they haven't released it in that DLC pack, remember, this video came out before even Universa and Immortal came out. So, if she's not in that, then this is the way they should go. Tech Jacket is simultaneously representing Tech Jacket as the Image Comics property for the themed DLC pack, but she's still an Invincible fan favorite. Anyone who was feeling alienated by the previous choices will be reignited by seeing Tech Jacket. She would be fast and be capable of flight and have a focus on ranged attacks. Mostly lasers. Maybe they can throw a saw blade or bomb attack in there if they like. Also in line with the character in the comics, they should have some kind of self-revive mechanic or last struggle type of ability. When her life bar hits 0, they regenerate or enter a desperate attack state, doing increased damage, while remaining at very low health. Anyways, let's see our next pick. Number 4. Kevin Matchstick. The comic book series Mage the Hero Defined by writer and artist Matt Wagner is produced by Image Comics. It's a mystical fantasy series starring the titular Kevin Matchstick. I love his name. It's a good name, and I'm having trouble saying it every time for some reason. It doesn't really fly off the tongue so well, but regardless. He's the reincarnated Pendragon and wielder of Excalibur, not a sword, but a magical baseball bat. His playstyle would involve lots of powerful attacks using it. It was gifted to him by a mystical weapon keeper. His world is like a blend between the sort of mysticism you'd find in Dungeons & Dragons and the modern-day reality. Modern day, in this case, being in 1994. But the series that features his latest incarnations is titled Mage the Hero Denied. It's a return to format kind of series. He's returning to a certain status quo that he held long ago. It was released in 2017, and I actually believe it's the design they would go for if he were to be featured in Invincible VS in this Image DLC comic character pack. He's older, a bit rougher, and anyway, having a magical baseball bat, he'd use this for a lot of heavy-hitting attacks, for sure. He's strong. He can also punch. He could survive fights against Titan and Lucan. He's survived some pretty tough stuff, including being run over by a subway train, just like Mark. He'd have a finisher where he uses that baseball bat to knock someone's head clean off their shoulders. This character is only partially a personal choice, because I can just feel the love that Image Comics itself has, or had, for this character. Hopefully we can help him get a spectacular comeback. They really should do it, because it would be the first time this character is in a video game. You can't pass up that opportunity if you want to do something with him later. Before we get to my number 5 spot, I have an honorable mention. This character and the next are two awesome characters created by Rob Liefeld and produced under Image Comics. Neither have had a spotlight on them for a while, but the Invincible VS developers may work with Image Comics to take the chance to pay tribute to some old and beloved franchises. Firstly, my honorable mention is Supreme. Supreme is an Image Comics character created by Rob Liefeld. He touts his own series, but is featured primarily in the Youngblood line of comics. He's also in the Invincible universe to some degree. Perhaps all of the Youngblood series is. I know Spawn and Tech Jacket are already in, and they're all a part of this, but I don't really know. Anyway, he's gone up against many Image Comics characters in his series, Supreme Madness, where he lost his mind and threw hands with Spawn and Omni-Man. If they added Supreme, it would be a niche but epic rematch. So this character does have more reason than most to appear in this game, about just as much as Spawn considering his involvement in the Invincible War. Supreme has a giant glowing hammer, which makes me think he'd play like Omni-Man meets Shao Kahn almost. I really think his design would translate over quite well, actually. The character looks cool, but they just gotta get his expression right. They have to make him different from Omni-Man, but then again, he looks down upon the weaker in the same way. So let's get on to my proper number 5 pick. The Invincible VS devs have the opportunity to pay tribute to one of the oldest and most respected series coming from the Image Comics line, Youngblood Strike File. Specifically, the character Badrock will be featured, and they will be the last DLC character added to Invincible VS, rounding out this pack. Now, honestly, I don't know too much about this guy, but obviously he'd be a heavy hitter. He'd charge forward and say his catchphrase, Yabba Dabba Doom. That might be a real nostalgia hit for any real Image Comics fans. He's caught my attention because of this eye on his shirt here. Him, like many others, including Kevin Matchstick, have a shirt or weapon that's reminiscent of the eye of Image Comics. Invincible has this look too. It's a part of his costume. He is an eye. It makes me think he won the contest of some sort. If you know what I'm saying, they all have this eye thing going on. Who is the real mascot of Image Comics? Now it's Invincible. But I love Badrock's design. It makes me feel like he was in the runner-up for being one of, if not the mascot of Image Comics. And they all deserve a chance to smack down with the cast of Invincible because he upstaged them in the early 2000s. Really, all these comics were all out around the same time, but I think you as a viewer may not have heard of all these characters. Rightfully so. We're all only here. I'm only making this video because of Invincible. But everyone else deserves a chance too. This is the chance that they have to make an Invincible versus fighting game featuring every other Image Comics character as well. Sure, Spawn was in Mortal Kombat, Omni-Man is in a different Mortal Kombat game, so this is the closest we can get. I think they should all be added eventually. Hey, thanks so much for watching the video. If you made it this far, please leave a like and subscribe to Moustache. We have another What If coming up soon.